Okay, so today we'll be solving a sum of queuing theory. Now the question tells that if the bank teller window has the arrival rate of 20 per hour according to Poisson's distribution. So this tells that there is a teller window in a bank which has an arrival rate of 20 customers per hour. Okay. After that, the bank teller serves 30 customer per hour on a FIFO method. Means the service rate of a bank employee who is sitting at a teller window will serve 30 customers in a hour, right? And the service type would be first in, first out. So the customer who will be the first one to step in will be served first, right? So now you have been asked to calculate three things. The first is utilization factor. The second is what is expected waiting time in the system per customer. So what is, as a customer, what is the waiting time that a customer will have to spend in a system? And the third is what is the probability that there will be zero customer in a system. So you have to calculate that what is the probability that there will be no customer in a system. Okay. So first is utilization factor. So if I want to calculate utilization factor, then the formula for utilization factor is lambda upon mu. Okay, lambda is my arrival rate and mu is my service rate. Now lambda, the arrival rate is 20, which we got from the question. Okay, and mu, which is the service rate, is 30. So 20 divided by 30, if I calculate, then I get 2 by 3, and 2 by 3 into 100 if I do, so it is 66.66%. So my system is working 66.66%. And if the question comes that what is ideal, means what is the time where my system is ideal, then I will be what I will be doing 1 minus whatever the answer comes, I will be minusing. So 1 minus 0.666, right, the answer of this. So then this, and after that answer will tell me that this is the time at which my system is sitting idle. This is the number which tells me that this is the percentage at which my system is working. My system is utilized by 66.66%. Okay. So in exam, if the question, a cross question comes that what is the ideal rate, then you have to minus this value from 100, or you can minus 1 by 1 minus this value. Anything you can do, you will get the correct answer. Okay. You can also minus 100 minus 66.66, so around 34% around approx you get. Okay, so this is how you calculate the utilization rate. The next question is expected waiting time in this system. We are talking about waiting time in the system. So the formula for waiting time is the system is, it is represented by WS 1 minus mu minus lambda. So 1 upon mu is 30, lambda is 20, and that is the answer comes 6 minutes. So average time a customer spends in a system is 6 minutes. Okay. Then the third question is what is the probability that there will be zero customer in system. So then the probability that there will be zero customers in a system. So the formula which we had already shared with you in the last video, that P0 1 minus P. P is represented by utilization rate. Okay. P is lambda by mu. So 1 minus lambda by mu, 1 minus 2 by 3, which will you will get this 3 will be here for a common denominator. So 1 by 3 into 100, and you will get 33.33%. It is the probability that there will be zero customer in a system is 33.33%. Okay. So if a question comes that what is the probability that there will be no customer, so the probability that there will be no customer in my banking premises is 33% approx. Okay. Now there are only 3 questions which are given, but let's discuss all the conditions so that we understand everything. The last question was that probability that exactly n customers. So if a question comes that what is the probability that there are 10 customers, then I will replace this n by 10. Okay, I just have to replace this n by 10, and I will get the answer that there are probability of n customers in the system. So I just have to replace this n. Okay, very, very simple. If a question comes what is the probability that there will be 5 customers, then you have to replace this n by 5, and you have to use this same formula. So you will get the correct answer. Clear? Now we will talk about the same question, but because I have received so much of doubt, so I will be explaining you again. What is the probability that if a question comes that there will be total average number of customers in the system, that what are the total number of customers, how many number of customers are there in my system, then I will use this formula, lambda by mu minus lambda. Okay, this will give me the average number of customers who are present in the system, including queue and people who are being part of utilizing services, right? Not only queue but even the people who are utilizing services. Clear? Then next question comes that what are the average number of customers in the queue. Now this here we are talking only about queue. So this will give me the number of customers which are present in the queue. Okay, so this will give me that if there are 15 customers and 14 customers are standing in line waiting for their turn, then 14 customers, the number I will get it from here. Here we will not count the number of people who are been utilizing the service. We will only count the customers who are standing in the queue. Okay, so if you have a cross question may come that instead of average you have mean, who are standing in line except queue. So you have to use your common sense. Then queue, you might not get only queue in exam. You might get that people standing in line, people sitting in waiting area. So in that way you have to understand that we are talking about queue. Okay. Now the third thing is average waiting time for a customer in queue. So what is the time a customer is waiting? So in exam you may come that what is the mean time a customer has been spending in the waiting area. Questions, cross questions like that. But this will give you that what is the time spent by a customer in a queue. So it is represented by WQ and the formula is lambda upon mu bracket mu minus lambda. So this formula will give you the time spent by a customer standing in a queue. Clear? Then average time of a customer in system. So what is the time spent by a customer in a system? Means this is a combination that if is standing 15 minutes in line to get its turn, and after that it is taking 5 minutes to avail the services, to take cash from cash counter. Okay, or if he has visited to consult a doctor, then a doctor will talk to him for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then a time which is spent with doctor as well as the time which is been spent in waiting to get his turn. So this will give the combined time of both the things. Okay, so there it will give the waiting time for a customer spending in a entire system. So this is how it has been divided into 4 parts. Now I will also like to highlight the sums which I had given. I am showing you one sum, that this was the sum where the lambda is 30 per hour which was given and mu was given to you 5 per minute. Now it is very important that lambda and mu must have same unit. Now here the number of lambda, the arrival rate is per hour. Okay, this is the first question of the assignment. Guys, this is the first question of the assignment. Please go through the assignment so that you will able to understand this more in a better way. Now I have to either I can convert this per minute or I can convert this per hour. The choice belongs to me. In both the cases you will get the same answer. So in this case, in 1 minute there are 5 customers, right? In 1 minute there are 5 customers. So if we are talking about 1 hour, then 60 minutes, how much customers will be present, and then I will be doing a cross multiplication, 60 into 5, and I will get 300. So mu is 300 per hour. Okay, now the sequence might have changed, but I have written this. Now mean number in waiting line. Now everyone got confused when it came to mean number. Mean is average. It is the synonym. Okay, mean is average. It is the synonym. Now what happens is that I have already, if you go in comments, I have already shared and I have already discussed mean number in waiting line means which formula you have to use. So you just go into the class comments, you will able to get it. Okay, so mean number in waiting line, which is represented by LQ, means what are the number of customers who are in the waiting line. Now deliberately, as I have discussed, deliberately I have given this numbers in such a way that you get odd answers because of certain reasons. So now LQ, this is the formula which you have to use in this of LQ. This will give me the total number of customers who are standing in queue. Q can be waiting line or queue, whatever. So you will get 0.00 or 0.01. Now ideally 0.01 you will not get answer in such a way, but deliberately I have already discussed that I have given the number in this way so that it creates a bit of anxiety among you and you focus more. Right? The next question is that mean waiting time in a system. That what is the waiting time of a customer in an entire system? That means that what is it including wait time of a customer in queue and once he's been utilizing service both. So then that is 0.003 minute. So this is the time which is spent by him. Hours. This is hours. Is spent by him in an entire system. Now mean number of customers in a system. Then what are the number of customers who are present in the system? Average number of customers present in a system. So this is the formula LS and this is the rate. And then this is the utilization rate, lambda by mu into this. Right? So this is how you calculate. Only one thing which you need to understand is that either you will be asked to calculate the waiting time or you will be asked to calculate the length of the or the number of the customers. Either it can be number of customers or it could be length or it could be waiting time. So don't get confused. You have to use your common sense to understand that waiting line or queue, they both is same. Time spent in system, time spent in queue, time spent in waiting time. You have to analyze these things. In exam, there is waiting time means queue, right? System means queue plus the time required by him to get the services, right? So certain changes may come, but it's fine. It does happen when you do something new, so don't worry. Okay, use this to solve. As I have received a request of many students that they want me to solve the sum, so this is how I have solved the sum, right? Now if you go through this sum, it will help you to understand the further assignment sums. Clear, guys?